With Ramzi Bouzerda. He's co-founder and CEO of Droople. Ramzi, when I see what Droople is doing, I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you. So as a start, Ramzi, why don't you give us some background on Droople?
Yes. Thank you, Frank, for your invitation, and I'm really excited to share with you our story. Droople make water matter to people, and this question of how we can better value water is really at the center of our vision and mission. And actually, we can really manage very well water on the grid level, meaning upstream, but it doesn't mean that today we have a control on what is happening after the main water meter, meaning on the last mile of the water grid. And yes, the value of water at Droople, we think really that if we can connect people, ultimately the consumer of water, to his water consumption, then we can also play a role in a better water management as a whole water management. Yeah.
So as CEO of the company, and certainly everything today, because of the internet, is worldwide, what motivates you? What gets you up in the morning? What's your motivator?
Yeah, I think it's really key for anyone who would like to found and start a venture in any business, but moreover in water, because water is a very tough water industry. And my motivation comes from two things. The first one is my background as a child. I grown up in Algeria. I came to Switzerland at 6 years old. And I remember the days with my mother and my grandmother. We were living at the 11th floor of a building where the water pressure was not high enough to bring water up to our flat. And we had to take our water tanks, go down to fill them. And of course, the lift was not working by that time. So that was my first connection and my first living of what it does mean water scarcity, does mean secure water for your next days. So that's a very strong connection with water. And the second one is when I started Droople 3 years ago. Actually, I was in a banking career. I was looking for something that makes more sense, something that I can contribute to, that is big enough, that let me dream big. And this is the second thing.
That's very good. So when at 6 years old, you were carrying buckets or of water up a lot of steps.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I was not really able to help much more than a small tank. Mm-hmm. But I remember that my mother and obviously my grandmother was more than 80 years old that time. And it was a burden. My mother was always teaching me, save water, don't play with water, water. It was really something that was really huge. And it's a paradox. By that time, I think I was valuing water much more than today, because today I can open the tap and I have the best water I can get at any time.
That's good. So on the Droople website, you say we give people and business insights and tools to improve the way they use water to ensure sustainability for future generations.
Yes.
That's a big statement.
Yes.
That's a very significant statement. So talk about that a little bit. If you
As I said, at the heart of Droople is how we can better understand, value, and manage water on this last mile of the water grid. And actually, if I take the image of the body today, our body is made of blood that is going through veins and so on. And then you have small capillarities. And today we manage very well the veins, but we don't know what is happening in the capillarities. And that's really where Droople would like to bring tools and insights on how we can better monitor at each end use water energy. But when you are able to do that in a building context, you can also balance what is demanded on the hot water or cold water and how I can better produce hot water. And then I can better optimize the system of production and consumption. Of course, when you are in a building as well, you have this problem of water stagnation. And water stagnation leads to Legionella growing and risk for health, because water is also source of life, but also source of death. If we are able to understand what is happening at the point of use, you can provide value for the end user, but also for the people that are maintaining those water assets that are off radar today. It's what it's mean, actually.
So example of a one or two customers and how they realize significant benefits from Droople.
Yeah. So let's take a simple example of shared bathroom in a commercial mall, for example. Today, we have equipped such commercial malls, and we have seen a tremendous water consumption in every day. It could be more than actually 200 cubic meters of water per day for big commercial malls. Actually, we use water data on any end use. It could be urinals, toilets, faucet taps. And then we are able to provide them ability to localize if there is a blocked flush that is flowing continuously water, and then they can stop it very quickly, because actually the affluence is growing and the risk of a blocked flush is also growing at the same time, because people are coming very oftenly and then pushing the button, and sometimes it is blocked. So that's the first value. The second one, we use the same data of affluence from time-based cleaning schedule that people, the cleaning staff come and clean, to an affluence-based cleaning schedule. And this new approach brings value to the facility company, where they can save cost on the cleaning cost as well. So you have resource savings, but also operational and maintenance savings.
So what your customers gain is a direct financial benefit from saving water and from use of services, having services based on the use of the facility rather than just a time schedule.
Yes, exactly.
Well, very, very interesting. So what pleasant surprises in 3 years you've started the company? What have been some of your pleasant surprises as the CEO?
I think the most pleasant one is to gather talented people behind you that will support and lead the Drupal vision beyond my own strengths, intellectual capabilities, and motivation. And that's really amazing to see that if you share values and vision, you can really create an impressive strength and motivation with the team that is sharing that vision. And for me, it's the biggest surprise for me.
So you're feeling, it sounds like you're feeling very, very good about the team you've put together.
Yes, yes. And they are actually pushing beyond my expectation what we can do at Droople.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So you've established a relationship with Global Waterworks. Certainly, there's many other organizations. So why'd you choose Global Waterworks, and what do you see the relationship?
Yeah, actually, the first word that connects to Drupal is global, because water is a global challenge. And we think global as a company and as a startup first. Water, because it's in the center of our focus, and your mission and our mission are connected through this single precious word, water. And then works. And here we see also that we can provide value to people, and they can then better value water if it works. And this is a strong value at Drupal, performance and excellence, because if you only achieve those, then you can make it work. And this is the last word where we are strongly connected with you guys.
That's very good. So I'm going to go back to something you said earlier, and we also are driven to connect people with their water.
Yeah.
And you talk about that. And so it seems that in your vision is to connect people with their water by demonstrating how they're using it, how they're using it. Does that summarize it pretty well?
I would rephrase it if you allow me, Frank. Actually, we can connect them to their water, and then they can better value water, because they can see that they're in water usage, and in those water insights, there is more information than just water consumption. That's the message of, I took the example of the water usage as a proxy for better maintenance, for better cleaning schedule, and for cost optimization. Because in water, there is much more to know and to learn than just consumption.
When you look out over the next 18 months to 3 years, where do you see Drupal? What do you see going on there?
So first, if I look back, I see that during 3 years, the water challenge and topic he's now from the bottom to the top. So that's a first learning from me, for me as a founder. Now, from now to 18 months, I would say Drupal now has an ambition to open local branches. One of them is in the US, because we think that now in the US, there is a strong momentum around a better water efficiency. So we have to be there, because we think that the US will lead a better water efficiency in the next 5 years. And of course, also we will be even more global, because our customers are global. So it's where I see Drupal in the next 18 months.
Well, Mary and I and all the Global Waterworks enjoy working with you and enjoy what you're doing, and certainly support your continued success. Ramzi, thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. We look forward to many more conversations like this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Frank. Look forward. Enjoy your day.